What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Fuller, and this is the StarNewsVarsity Weekly Rundown, where every Sunday I kind of take you through what happened in the previous week of high school sports, and we look ahead to what's coming down the road. Going to try and make this a real quick one today. Let's start with football. The big one this week was West Brunswick and Hoggard. Trojans 14, Vikings 7. West Brunswick gets their first win over Hoggard since 1997. Vikings end a 20-game winning streak in the MEC. And huge Mid-Eastern Conference implications that West Brunswick's got. They've gone through one major hurdle in the MEC. They've got another huge hurdle left down the road against New Hanover. But right now, the Trojans have the conference championship sitting in front of them if they can go out and get it. For the Vikings, a loss. We came into the year, said they were probably the favorites just based on overall talent and tradition and continuity. Right now, with that loss, they're still in it. They need some help. They need New Hanover to beat West Brunswick. They need to beat New Hanover. I will say the game was very, very even. Two very similar teams. Elite defenses, offenses that struggle to put points on the board, that can muster plays but can't put anything back to back, going. I mean, West Brunswick's first touchdown was on a trick play, and their second touchdown came when they had only 25 yards to go after Hoggard screwed up a fake punt. So, those two teams are very even. I think the Vikings still have a chance of winning conference, but they need some things to break their way. And they need to start, the offense in the second half. Gabe Johnson did a lot better. They threw it around a little bit. He had a good connection with Rex Hardy, but it wasn't enough in the end. West Brunswick, Trey Bell, just too good offensively. He made the two biggest plays of the night with his touchdown pass on a trick play to Jordan Wilkes, and then his touchdown run off the left side on the first drive of the second half. New Hanover beat Laney in football this week, 34-7. The Wildcats continue to look impressive, like they're the best team in the area this year. And they, keep kind of chugging along, getting better every week. Chase Nixon and Jaheim Marshall, huge connection all night Friday. North Brunswick beat Ashley 57-7. Huge win for the Scorpions. They're 2-1 in the league, 5-2 overall. And North Brunswick's going to host West Brunswick next week. Huge game. West Brunswick's got to be the favorite, but hey, the Scorpions, what a win that would be for North Brunswick if they could host West Brunswick and knock off the Trojans. And then the last Mid-Eastern Conference game was Topsail 17, South Brunswick 0. Cody Wallace with a passing and rushing touchdown. The Pirates get their first win in the MEC. South Brunswick still winless in the MEC along with Ashley this year. On some other sports, let's start with girls tennis. New Hanover and Hoggard did the double in the Mid-Eastern Conference tennis championships. And so now what that means is both teams have a lot of representatives going to regionals. In 3A, New Hanover's Mary Davis Thompson won the singles title, and Frances Coleman and Peyton Philemon won the doubles title. In 4A, it was Elena Berg who won the singles title for Hoggard, and in doubles it was Elizabeth Volman and Macy Morrison. So congrats to those ladies on picking up championships. I know both Hoggard and New Hanover have some big aspirations as we head into the postseason for girls tennis this year. Boys soccer, it was a good week for Hoggard. The Vikings beat New Hanover on Tuesday 3-2, and then they watched New Hanover beat Laney on Thursday 2-1. So Hoggard is now alone in first place. They're a game ahead of New Hanover and a game ahead of Ashley and 2 games ahead of Laney, who's the only team that's beaten Hoggard this season. So that's big. Excuse me, I am visiting a friend in Raleigh this weekend who lives right next to the interstate, so I apologize if this is too hard to hear. I hope when it turns out it'll be fine. I know there's some cars driving, right near me, going pretty fast. But anyways, and then let's say volleyball. Nothing really changed this week. Hoggard and Ashley continue to be at the top of the MEC. Topsail and New Hanover continue to be tied, chasing that top 3A seed from the MEC for the upcoming playoffs. There's only 1 week left in the regular season. The conference tournament the following week is going to give us a lot of, it's going to tell us a lot about both of those teams. Or maybe not tell us all, but it's going to decide a lot in terms of in terms of seeding for the upcoming playoffs. And then cross country, Ashley's Luke Skasheri won the boys, and Paxton Chitty from Ashley won the girls races in the New Hanover County Cross Country Championships on Thursday. So congrats to those two. I know Ashley Had high expectations coming into the year for both of those two. Hoggard won both races. The Vikings look like they're gonna, kind of steamroll to a conference championship this year. There's one more meet this week, and then the following week they have the conference championship at Olsen Park. Coming down the road this week, it's kind of an interesting week where there's not a whole lot of huge games coming up, but there's opportunities for slip-ups, and for favorites, you got to kind of keep on moving and keep on getting to where you want to be if you want to win a conference championship. We'll start in football. New Hanover and the Wildcats are having a blank here. This is not good. No, New Hanover and the Wildcats are... Well, let's start the two big games that I've already mentioned. Hoggard is hosting Laney, and that's a huge game in the Mid-Eastern Conference 4A race. Those, both of those teams think that they can be the 4A champion from the MEC this year, and whoever wins that game is going to have the inside track on that. Should be really another defensive struggle for both sides. As I mentioned, North Brunswick's hosting West Brunswick, a huge Brunswick County affair over there. New Hanover is going to face South Brunswick this week. There it is. And Ashley is hosting Topsail. So those are the 4 football games coming down the road. In boys soccer, you've got a good one on Thursday where Hoggard is hosting Laney. The Vikings looking to get revenge. Really a last stand for the Buccaneers. If they want to win the conference championship, they've got to find a way to beat Hoggard for the second time this year. And then volleyball and boys soccer playoffs are going to get, and girls tennis playoffs are going to get going in for our private school teams, Cape Fear Academy and Coastal Christian. The Centurions are going to be high seeds in all 3 with their volleyball and boys soccer teams, definite state championship contenders. Cape Fear Academy, defending state champions in boys soccer, they should be a pretty high seed as well. And the Hurricanes are going to be looking to defend their title, and that road will start this week. Those brackets have not been released as of this point, but we'll get those a little bit later this afternoon. I'm sure I'll tweet those out on at StarNewsVarsity at Twitter for anybody curious. And that's it for today. Gonna go back to enjoying some friends' company in Raleigh for a birthday. I appreciate you guys for watching every week. And as always, as I said, Twitter at StarNewsVarsity, Facebook.com/StarNewsVarsity, and StarNewsVarsity.com for all our coverage on local high school sports. And I'm thinking there's no better source for local high school sports in our area. And I appreciate you guys always for following along and allowing me to kind of tell its story. So everyone have a great rest of your Sunday and enjoy the week.